Yo, what's going on, guys? DJS here, bringing you guys a review of the game Walking Dead Survival Instinct. If you guys are interested in seeing the rest of this game, check my description. There'll be a playlist to my other channel. You can subscribe to that channel as well if you guys would like. But it's my Let's Play channel. I did a full Let's Play on this as well as Tomb Raider and Gears of War Judgment. And man, there's a ton of games over there that I've completed all of them. But I want to start doing reviews on this channel of the games that I complete and let you guys know my thoughts, of whether or not this is going to be a buy or a rent, in my opinion. There's definitely a lot to cover in this game, especially for those that are fans of The Walking Dead. If you didn't know, the premise of this is basically, from what I understand, you play Daryl, which is one of the characters from the actual Walking Dead. Also, his brother Merle is in the game, and you basically play as Daryl, and it's kind of his story. It seems like before the zombie apocalypse sort of happened, and before he met up with everybody else. So it's kind of like a prequel to the TV show from Daryl's perspective, from what I gather. But all in all, there's definitely a lot of fun points, and there's a lot of bad points that I want to mention in the game. This is one of the fun points right here. You can see how the guy lunged at me and grabbed onto me, and then I had to knife him with my Bowie knife. Always gratifying when you grab a zombie and knife him with your Bowie knife. And then also right there, you saw that I executed that guy with the Bowie knife. You do get some guns. I got an automatic rifle here. Or semi-automatic rifle. And there's definitely some fun parts in the game, like when you're just running around and trying to escape zombies. It gives you a little bit more of a thrill than some of the other zombie games out there. Definitely, like right here, I was trapped and I was like, oh my god, I'm going to die. And then you do this part right here where you just do this random motion. Now, this part can be kind of annoying because the right trigger and stuff, it just moves left and right really awkwardly, so it's hard to center. But I guess it kind of simulates a struggle, so makes some sense to me. But all in all, the game there has a couple bad points, and one of the points I'm going to show you guys right here. So this is a look at one of the side missions that you have to do in the game, and there's a bunch of these that you just randomly have to do, and basically you're just traveling down a map from city to city, and then it will stop and say you're out of gas, you need to get gas, or it will stop and say your car broke down, you need to find a tire. Or it'll stop and say that there's a roadblock and you need to move the roadblock, or there's a survivor, or there's places to scavenge. The problem is that every one of these environments, there's probably like 4 different environments that I saw, and they just repeat. So it's not like, even if you do one earlier in the game and you go further down, it will be like at a diner. It's the same diner that you passed like hours and hours and hours and miles and days ago. So it's kind of silly to me that they did it like that. Also, this is just extremely tedious because you're going from one place to the next. You never know when you're going to break down. You have the option of choosing 3 different routes, and the bottom line is if you don't make it there, you can actually end up dying if you don't make it there. And sometimes it just randomly dies if you run out of gas twice. I think it will just end up stopping. It was very inconsistent to me, very, very odd. And you can see the X striking through the map is one of the spots that I ended up having to stop. And this kind of simulates what happens. You just go down to the next spot, and then it just stops you and says, hey, you're out of fuel, or whatever it might be. I think in this case, let's see what it says. Yeah, low fuel. So you have to get fuel in order to move on. And then here's another example one. This is another one of the spots where you have to just gather fuel. Some of you guys might find this part fun. I found it a little bit annoying. It was just kind of tedious running around, and I didn't have enough ammo to shoot anybody, and so you just had to be kind of stealth, and ended up dying a handful of times here and there. But it was just kind of clunky how you could just play the same exact areas over and over again, even if you already passed the area. So I found that kind of odd. Another thing, let's see here, is so yeah, it can be repetitive and do the same things over and over again. Now this is kind of the other thing that was annoying to me, and that's character development. These are just some random people that I helped out that were survivors. You can give them a weapon, and you can ask them to stay in the car, or that you can have them go scavenge food or ammo, but you can't have them come with you, which is just really, really weird. Also, you find them, and there's just, again, no character development. You have no feelings towards these people whatsoever. If I send this stupid chick right here out on a run to go get something, and if she doesn't come back, and if she's dead, I really don't give a shit, because really, like, there was just nothing there to make me go, oh, well, this person, I need to keep her alive, or him alive, or whatever. Unlike in the other Walking Dead version, if you didn't see that one, I have a Let's Play of that whole entire series as well. And I'll put it in the description. And there was a ton of character development. You felt for the characters, and it was really really cool. This didn't have that feeling except for with the main characters, unfortunately. And that was a big gap in my opinion for this. The other part that was extremely annoying is inventory management. I like the idea in theory, but in the end, it found it kind of kludgy. Sometimes you would remove things from an inventory, and then I don't know why they would show back up in my inventory, and you'd have to move them out again and move them back in. And there was no way to increase your inventory of the person that I know of. You could get a different vehicle that could hold more inventory, but I constantly found myself running out of ammo, or I'd have a revolver on me and no sniper, and find sniper bullets and no pistol bullets. So it was really kind of difficult for that as well. So yeah, definitely kind of an annoying part of the game as well. On the other side of it, like, this game was extremely fun, I have to say, just from my point of view, from being a huge Walking Dead fan, and this was one thing that I thought was cool. Eventually, you end up getting the crossbow here, and when you do shoot, you can pick up the bolts from the bodies, which is, I mean, synonymous with what happens in the show. So thought that was really cool. I was worried that I would lose him. Sometimes if you shoot him and you don't hit a body, though, the bolt just disappears. And I did find a lack of arrows in the game, which was kind of I wish there was more of them around, so I didn't feel like they were so used so sparingly. And sometimes you'd find a box of shotgun shells, and then there'd be one shell left and stuff like that. So sometimes that was annoying, but there was nothing more gratifying than stabbing a zombie in the face with a knife. And the zombies, on another positive note, look at the eyes in the zombie, just crazy looking, stabbing through the neck. Lots of fun with that regard. So I definitely would say this is a rent. I wouldn't say it's a buy. The last thing I wanted to touch on is extreme. The game is extremely short. Like, the game literally took me 1 day to beat, 6 hours or less. I mean, and you're done with the whole entire game. So keep that in mind. If you guys are planning on buying this, there is some replay value, but not enough, in my opinion, to spend $60 on a game. But I don't even know what it's retailing for. I got this from GameFly, so I did actually rent this. But it was actually a lot of fun to play. It wasn't a very long game to play. So if that interests you, definitely keep that in mind. And I'm going to execute this guy right here to end the game. But anyway, thanks for watching, and subscribe to my channel. Go to the description if you guys want to see the full Let's Play. Thanks.